Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Hey, we're always trying to make it easier to connect all your apps, but we also want to make it easy to create better automations. So the stuff coming from one app is exactly where you want it, exactly how you want it in the other app. And with that in mind, we've added 3 new ways to create better automations. So let me show you. All right, so here I am in API Nation. I got 2 syncs set up. It's a 2-way sync between KV Core and Google Contacts, but these 3 ways will apply to any syncs you have set up at API Nation. So I'm just going to click through here to look at the syncs. I'll click on settings. And the first thing I want to show you is our new filter tool. So right now I'm sending contacts from Google Contacts, my phone, into KV Core, my CRM. But maybe I want to filter exactly who gets sent over. To do that, I just use this filter tool. So you can see there's a bunch of different options. I can filter by name, basically any of the fields offered to us by the app. So from Google Contacts, I can filter by the emails, by their country, by their street, state, zip. Another nice thing here is I can filter by notes. So maybe I want to filter by notes, and I can do equals. So the note has to have this exactly in it. Is not empty, is empty. So if they have empty notes, is not a certain value, is more than a certain value, is less than a certain value, or contains. Contains is probably my favorite because it's usually what I'm after. So I could do notes, contains, hashtag, seller. So then what I would do is, as I'm adding a contact to my contact manager, Google Contacts, if I add hashtag seller into the notes, it'll get synced into my CRM. So that is one way to do this. You can also see there's an advanced mode here where you can add more and more rules and more filters. So it could be notes contains hashtag seller, or notes contains hashtag buyer. And then you can add a second filter, and phone number is not empty. This way I get everybody who I've hashtagged the seller or buyer and has a phone number. Those are the people I want in my CRM. So you can see this is a great way to create a more accurate, more targeted automation. So that's the filter tool. The next thing I want to show you is the mapping tool, and these things go hand in hand. So I can come on down here to mapping, and there's 3 ways to map your data. The first way is to simply add a field. So for example, here's the cell phone field. I'm just gonna hit this plus sign. It's going to show me all the stuff I can put in here, and I'm just going to type phone to look for those. There's the mobile phone, and we pop it in. So now we have this dynamic field syncing from our contact manager into our CRM. So that's the first way. And the second way is, for example, maybe I want to come down here to tags, and I want everybody who gets synced in by CRM to have a certain tag. To do that, I could tag them with a field from the app I'm syncing them in. But in some cases, like if I'm syncing them from my phone, there's not really a good field. I don't want them tagged with their name or their phone number or even a notes. Those are all too long. Instead, I just want a simple tag. So what I can do is I can just type in what I want all of them tagged in. So I'll just say hashtag sent from phone. And there we go. Now, everybody who gets sent through this automation from my contact manager to my CRM will get this same tag applied to them. That's the second way. The third way is to actually combine the two. So let's go up to notes. Maybe in my CRM notes, I want a mixture of static text and dynamic text. So what I can do is I can say, let's pick this out, date of birth. And then right next to it, write birthday. And you can see right below it is a model of how it's going to look. It's going to say birthday, and then it's going to put that dynamic information right next to it, the date of birth. If it's just a date that comes over, you're going to wonder, what is this date for? Who is it? But if you add this static text to label it, there you go. That is the power of mapping. And you can do this multiple times, specifically in the note field. So I could do date of birth. I could do company, just type a little note here, company, and so on. So that is the second way. So here we go. The filter and mapping, those are 2 of the awesome tools that are going to help you make better automations. The last is going to save you a ton of time. It's this tiny button up here, the clone button. So I can hit clone. Absolutely, let's do it. I'm going to create an exact copy of that automation I already set up. Why would I want to do this? Well, maybe I want to segment my list, so I need slightly different rules for slightly different contacts. So let's go back to the original. Remember, we're pulling over people hashtag sellers and hashtag buyers. What if we change this to just sellers? So I'm going to do hashtag seller, and then in the lead type, I'm going to write seller. There we go. So now this is segmented for my sellers, and I could do whatever other automations I want special to happen with my sellers. I could do special tags. I could assign different agents, all that stuff in this workflow. And then in this cloned workflow, which I'm going to focus on buyers. So now we're only pulling buyers through this one. I can come on down here, make sure the lead type is buyer, maybe do a special buyer hashtag here. And I can just keep doing this. So I can go ahead and clone this. Absolutely. This time we're going to change it to only look for vendors. Come on down here, and we're going to change that lead type to vendors. And you can see it's just using the exact same rules. I can just change the automation slightly, and this is an awesome way to set up multiple automations that are all just slightly different for different segments, giving you a more intelligent, more powerful automation. So that's it. These are the 3 easy ways to make better automations. You can use that filtering tool to get exactly who you want getting pulled through that automation. You can use the mapping tool to make sure it's going exactly where you want and it looks exactly how you want. Use that clone tool to make as many of these powerful and targeted automations as you want. If you have any questions or need any assistance, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.